will be at your disposal when you need any assistance, information, etc. So we consider this aspect of our bilateral relationship, Buddhist religious education and cultural cooperation, as one of the foremost areas where our two countries can cooperate, and Sri Lanka is able to support Buddhist Sangha and Buddhist Sangha of Vietnam with our experience that our Mahasangha and our religious institutions have acquired during our last 2,500 years. May all living beings be happy and content. Thank you very much.
I'm deeply grateful to Vietnam Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Your Excellency, Sir Prasanna Gamage, for addressing the gathering, and your speech is actually an inspiration to us, and your presence is, of course, very valuable out of your busy schedule. Thank you very much, sir. Now it's time for us to introduce the program of studies, and I would like to request all of you, academic members, professors and lecturers, to limit your introduction to 10 minutes, but if requires, you can go further. So let me first of all invite Dr. Asoka Valithota, Senior Lecturer from the Department of Buddhist Sources, to introduce certificate, diploma and MA courses in Pali studies. Over to you, sir.
Dr. Ratnasiri, I would like to know whether you can hear my voice. And I have. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Venerable Senior Professor Meduachi Dhammajoti, Director of the PGIPBS, Venerable Thichnat, Deputy Chair of the National Department of International Buddhist Affairs, National Venerable members of the Mahasangha, Ambassador of Sri Lanka to Vietnam, Ambassador of Vietnam to Sri Lanka, academic and non-academic members of the PGIPBS, distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Department of Buddhist Sources, please permit me first to welcome you all to the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. Welcoming you to the institute, I would like to take a few minutes to introduce in brief the academic programs in Pali offered by the institute. Pali courses offered by the PGIPBS can be divided into two, namely taught courses and research programs. We have a total of 7 courses related to the Pali language and its literature. They are as follows: certificate course in Pali for postgraduate Buddhist studies, postgraduate diploma in Pali, Master of Arts in Pali, 1-year program. These 3 courses can be listed under the taught courses, and the following 4 courses can be listed under the research programs. Number 1, Master of Arts in Pali, 2-year program, Master of Philosophy, degree program, Doctor of Philosophy, degree program, and finally the postdoctoral studies in Pali. Out of these 7 programs, today I would like to introduce 3 courses that are listed under the taught courses. Firstly, the certificate course in Pali for postgraduate Buddhist studies. The aim of this certificate course is to provide the students with basic language skills that they require to pursue their research studies in the field of Pali and Buddhist studies, and also to serve as a foundation course for the postgraduate diploma in Pali offered by the institute. No prior knowledge in Pali is required to enroll in this program, provided that the applicants fulfill the following requirements. a degree from a recognized university or any other qualifications accepted to the faculty board of the institute. The duration of this certificate course is 120 hours. The students who register for this program are required to take 3 course units, namely CPBS 1, Basic Pali Grammar, CPBS 2, Readings in Pali Text 1, and CPBS 3, Readings in Pali Text 2. Students are required to pass the evaluation tests to complete the program successfully. The second course listed under the taught courses is the Postgraduate Diploma in Pali. The Postgraduate Diploma in Pali is designed to develop skills of students in reading and comprehending Pali sources, and also to enhance their knowledge of different aspects of the Pali language and its literature, and also Buddhist teachings preserved in the Pali language. Basic knowledge of Buddhism and a good knowledge in the Pali language is a prerequisite for admission to this diploma program. Those who have first degree from a recognized university in any subject or subjects are eligible to apply for this program, provided that they fulfill one of the following requirements. Pass in the certificate course in Pali for postgraduate Buddhist studies conducted by our institute, or any other qualification acceptable to the faculty board of the institute. Postgraduate diploma in Pali is of 1 year duration, and it consists of 6 course units. The course units are as follows: PGDP 1, Prescribed Text 1, PGDP 2, Prescribed Text 2, PGDP 3, Grammar and Composition, PGDP 4, Pali Literature, PGDP 5, Extended Essay, PGDP 6, Basic Doctrines of Early Buddhism. Students who register for this 1 year diploma program are also required to pass the evaluation tests to complete the program successfully. The third course that come under the taught courses is the Master of Arts degree in Pali Studies. This 1 year program is designed to develop in students the skills in reading and comprehending Pali sources, and to enhance their knowledge of different aspects of the Pali language, the literature preserved in the Pali language, and also Buddhist teachings preserved in that language, in the Pali language. A basic knowledge of Buddhism and acquaintance with the Pali language is a prerequisite for the admission to this Master of Arts in Pali 1 year program. The candidates seeking admission to this program should have at least one of the following qualifications: a special degree in Pali, or special degree with Pali as subsidiary subject, or a general degree with Pali as a subject. A pass at postgraduate diploma in Pali from a recognized university or an institute, or any other qualifications acceptable to the faculty board of the institute. The 1 year program, this 1 year Master of Arts in Pali program consists of 8 course units, and they are as follows: MAPL 1, Prescribed Text 1, Pali Canonical Literature; MAPL 2, Prescribed Text 2, Pali Post-Canonical Literature and Commentary Literature; MAPL 3, Pali Advanced Grammar and Composition; MAPL for History of Pali Literature is an elective course unit; MAPL 5, Pali Poetry and Prosody; MAPL 6, Research Methodology and Extended Essay; MAPL 7, Pali Textual Criticism, it is also an elective course unit; MAPL 8, Theravada tradition, a historical and doctrinal study. Candidates, those who are registered for this MA program, are required to complete 7 of them. As with the other programs, students who register in this one-year master program are required to pass the evaluation test to complete this program successfully. In addition to the 3 programs I have already introduced, our institute hopes to introduce a Master of Arts degree in Pali 2-year program in the coming academic year. Candidates who have earned a special degree in Pali from a recognized university or an institute are eligible to apply for this 2-year master's program in Pali. Further details related to this 2-year program can be obtained from the institute. Let me wind up my brief introduction to the academic programs in Pali offered by the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka, by cordially inviting you to explore the possibilities to enhance your knowledge in the Pali language and its literature, and also the Buddhist teachings preserved in the Pali language at the PGIPBS, the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies. We have no doubt it will be a fruitful exploration into an area of study that is worthwhile in every sense. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ashoka Valitote, for introducing certificate, diploma, and MA courses in Pali studies with very clear slides. Thank you. So now I have the pleasure to invite Mr. Oliver Henry Tanner, visiting lecturer from UK, United Kingdom, to introduce certificate course in English for Buddhist studies. So over to you, Mr. Oliver Henry Tanner.
Thank you, Dr. Ratnasiri. I'll just try and share the screen. Dr. Ratnasiri, is it possible to share the screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay.
So, Mr. Oliver Henry, are you going to share the screen? Okay. It doesn't still appear.
No, I can't get it up. Dr. Ratnasiri, do you have the document there? Because I don't think I can share from here.
I think the screen is ready for sharing. You can share it now. We can see your desktop.
You can see? That's not my desktop.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Okay, great. Now I've got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's great. You can see.
Can you see? Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay,
thank you.
Very clear. You can go ahead. Yes.
Thank you. So, good morning, Venerable Professor Tamajoti Tero, Mahasangha, professors, doctors, excellencies, and all other participants.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Can you see the screen? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, good afternoon to you all.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So,
again, it disappears.
okay, sorry. Okay, can you see the screen?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So, yes, good afternoon. So I've been asked to introduce the EBS course, English for Buddhist Studies. So I'm very happy to be able to contribute to this course, to be able to offer my experience in English, being a native speaker and being someone who's also involved in academic writing, especially for Buddhist studies. So the program is open for all postgraduate diplomas and PhDs. So we changed the course actually this year. So we've divided the course into 2 levels. So this is what will be happening next year also. So the 2 levels are level 1, and this is a 2-month course. And at the moment it's scheduled for 50 hours. And then we have a level 2, which is also 2 months and 50 hours. So I'll just give you a brief overview what we focus on or what we concentrate on in each level and the purpose of each level. So we can see here that level 1 is really the foundation, as it were, into basic English language writing skills. So before we actually get into the full academic side of the writing, we just go through the fundamentals of the English language. So we're really looking to develop the language skills of the students, postgraduate and Buddhist studies students, in writing, reading, and interpreting Buddhist stories in English, and then to train them to write in English. So we're selecting Buddhist literature, and then we're able to read stories together. We can analyze the sentences, and then we can apply those same sentences, or we can look at the styles of writing that we can then use in our own writing. So the focus of the course is, first of all, identifying the different sentence types. So we know for good writing, we need to have a variety of English sentence types to make our writing more interesting. So the first thing that we look at is identifying and learning the different sentence types and styles. We then practice writing those different sentence types. So we actually look at those and then we practice writing. So both the levels, level 1 and level 2, they are practical courses. We wanted to really give it more of a practical essence rather than a theoretical. So it's really having the students actually practice writing, and then we can check those sentences, we can check the writing, and then we can give feedback. So we also look at reading comprehension, so how to identify, the parts of the sentence to be able to make sentences clearer in understanding, because it's very common that reading Buddhist literature, especially in English, is not an easy thing to do. So we look at ways of looking at the sentences to try and get the main point of the sentence, or the main points of the sentences, the paragraph, and the story. And then interpreting those Buddhist stories. And then the last point is really taking this further, is having read a story, it's then developing skills to be able to summarize and paraphrase. So really what we're looking for to really progress the English level is to be able to read a story, to be able to interpret it in your own understanding, and then be able to write that in your own way, to be able to express that in your own way, not just copying what's in the story or in the text. So those are the 5 main points that we focus on in the level 1. So it's really more of a fundamental look at the structure of English grammar. Then level 2, this is much more of a focus on really developing those academic writing skills. Again, for the postgraduate diploma students, for the MA students, MPhil and PhD. And we go into detail at each of the component parts of writing an academic piece of literature, whether it's an essay, an assignment, or a thesis. So we identify each of these areas. So we look at research topics, how to select research topics, introduction into writing the extended essay for the MA students, and a thesis for the MPhil and PhD students. We look at how to write a research problem, not just the theoretical, what is a research problem, it's really how do you write a good research problem? What does it actually look like in written English? So we identify the difference between a well-written research problem and maybe a research problem that's not written very effectively. So we also look at each part, aims and objectives, why you are doing. Again, not just the theory, but how to write it, how to write the aims and objectives. What are the good phrases to use? What are the good sentences to use? Again, how to write a research proposal, the parts of a literature review, looking at previous research, how to write that in English, how to comment on previous research that has been done, how to express in English hypothesis or research methodology, how to write a good conclusion. We look at giving the structure, how to write a very well structured extended essay, thesis or dissertation. How to write, because this is not easy, number 12, to write a really effective abstract. So how to write that, what are the component parts, what sentences, what types of words do you use? And then the arrangement of the bibliography, reference, abbreviations, and then the practical skills of writing a progress report when you're doing your MPhil or PhD. So those are the main component parts of level 2. So currently, due to the situation, we've been conducting all the classes online via Zoom. But the aim is, the initial aim was to have some online sessions and some in-class sessions. But actually the Zoom sessions were working very well. We could even have we could make it a practical session even using Zoom. Yeah, so that actually worked very well. So finally, what's the purpose of joining the English for Buddhist Studies course? Well, really, the aim of the course is to assist students with their English language, reading and writing skills in Buddhist studies. So we're really aiding how to write a really good piece of literature. So we guide the students with practical techniques to be able to write at a higher quality. Yeah, a higher quality essay or a higher quality thesis. So I can say, I'll just finish on a personal note that as someone who's also studied and is still studying, I'm also doing my MPhil at the moment at the Institute. The reason I joined the Institute as a foreigner is I was looking for the most suitable place to continue my studies. And I am very happy that I selected PGIPBS. I was very grateful for the opportunity to be able to join the teaching faculty or the teaching team. So I highly recommend joining this institute, and we'll be able to assist you in your English language to achieve your academic goals. So thank you very much for your listening.
Well, that's Mr. Oliver Henry Tanner, UK national, a visiting lecturer, and he's a resourceful, influential resource person to our course. And thank you for clear showing and exposing the importance of the course. Thank you very much. So now I like to invite with honor Venerable Professor Ralvira Padmasiri Thero, Department of Buddhist Thought, for introducing Diploma in Buddhist Studies. Venerable.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. And venerable professors, including most venerable Dr. Thich Nhat Thun and our head of director of the institute, and two excellencies, and my dear professors and colleagues, and all the students who join with us. And so I think, can you see my slide, Dr. Ratnasri?
No, not yet, Venerable.
Okay, okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Still not yet. Yeah, that's great, Venerable. We can see clearly.
Okay, okay. And thank you very much again. My task is actually to introduce you the course, postgraduate diploma in Buddhist studies. So according to the slide as well as the prospectus of the institute, page number 43 to 44, that this the course is well described and explained, and therefore I am not going to explain a lot of things about the course. Anyone can read our online prospectus, and from page number 43 to 44. And generally, the aim of this course, actually, this was one of the very popular courses from the very beginning of the university to now. And because those who were not very familiar with the Buddhist studies and were invited to come and join with this program, and previous knowledge on Buddhist studies was not expected for this course, and therefore anyone who are interested in following Buddhist studies without having background knowledge of Buddhist studies are invited to come for this course. And basically, I wish there are two major points I would highlight. Number one, the teaching staff of this course are very much friendly, and we are helping a lot for the student, because after we have changed circulars in Sri Lanka, and anyone can join now, anyone with the degree can join directly for the MA or master's program, and therefore the number of the students who are joining for the postgraduate diploma course in Sri Lanka at the moment is rare. But still there are people who are very much interested in studying Buddhist studies, and they start from their study from the postgraduate diploma, and therefore those who are not familiar with the Buddhist studies, as well as those who are not well acquainted at the very beginning with the English, studying Buddhist studies in English medium, and I think this course will be the best place for you. And therefore recent years, last year and the previous years, most of the students who are studying in this course are from Vietnam and Vietnam, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, and some of them are doctors and engineers in Sri Lanka, and they are very much interested because they want to learn Buddhism from the very beginning in English language. And there are 6 course units for that, and all course units are taught, and except one is a short essay. And I request and recommend everyone who are interested in learning Buddhist studies in English medium with the friendly background and with the help of the friendly teachers, and you can enjoy these classes. And so it is 1-year course, and as other courses, and 5 courses are taught. Final exam is conducted, and this year I think most of the exams, it depends on whether online or the on campus according to this pandemic situation. So this is about the postgraduate diploma course. I request or invite everyone who is very much interested and enthusiastic learning Buddhist studies from the beginning in English language. Please join with the class, and thank you very much, and come on. Okay,
Okay, Venerable, that's Venerable Professor Ralvi Padmasri Thero, one of the experienced professor in philosophy, and thank you very much for clear and short and sweet introduction. Okay, now the invitation goes to Reverend Dr. Vadnagala Panyalakotero, Head Department of Buddhist Thought, PGIPBS. Available, I respectfully invite you to introduce MA degree courses in Buddhist Studies. Venerable.
Panyalakar mic is off. Venerable Panyalakar mic is off.
We can see your slides very well, very clear. Venerable, we cannot hear you. Venerable, we cannot hear you. Please see whether your mic is on. Okay.
So, but sorry, how? Okay. Thank you. First of all, I'm thankful to the organizing committee for giving me the opportunity to introduce the program. The Master of Arts degree in Buddhist Studies 1-year program is we can say the major program among the taught degree programs offered by the Postgraduate Institute. The eligibility for 1-year MA degree program in Buddhist Studies is having a bachelor degree from any area of studies, both humanities and science or engineering. They are qualified to apply or to pursue the MA program in Buddhist Studies. And this course, one characteristic of the program is that it requires some background knowledge in the subjects, and then it aims to improve knowledge in many areas which are required for further studies, namely theoretical knowledge in Buddhist teachings, academic writing, presentation skills, and ability to conduct an independent research. All these goals are to be achieved by following this course. Further, this course, 1-year MA program in Buddhist Studies, aims at developing the students in the areas such as developing knowledge in both Theravada and Mahayana Buddhist teachings. And also, we are to develop the ability to read and understand Buddhist languages, Pali, Sanskrit, and Chinese, and also application of the teachings that is gained by introducing the courses like Buddhist psychotherapy, Buddhist philosophy of education, social dimension, and ethics. I'm to introduce the basic structure of the program. That is, any student who is enrolled into the 1-year MA program should fulfill the following 2 requirements. Mainly, he or she has to complete 6 course units and also the writing an extended essay at the end of the course. 5,000 words is the limit. And these are the courses, some of the courses offered for the students every year by the institute. Actually, the courses are not limited to the courses that I am showing in the slides. You may refer to the prospectus. It has given a huge list, so I cannot put all here for the presentation. Basically, there are 2 courses which are seen as compulsory. One is Buddhist Doctrines of Pali Nikayas, and also the extended essay and research methodology. And then to introduce our range of the courses, Buddhist psychotherapy, theory and practice both are included in this program, and then introduction to Pali language and readings in Buddhist Sanskrit texts, and also the Buddhist philosophy of education and communication. Within the Pali tradition, this to represent or to develop the knowledge in the students of Pali tradition and Theravada tradition, these courses are designed. Theravada Abhidhamma, origins and development, Buddhist art and architecture in Sri Lanka, and Buddhist social dimension, then Theravada tradition, history and doctrinal study, Buddhist ethics, concepts and philosophical interpretations, and also few courses like these are out of the Pali tradition. These courses cover Mahayana and Chinese traditions. Origins of Mahayana and earliest Mahayana sutras, Nagarjuna's philosophy as reflected in Mulamadhyamika Karika, and then Chinese Buddhist Tripitaka, history and doctrines, history of Indian Buddhism, and then doctrines of early Indian Yogacara. In addition to these courses, there are several other course units offered following the need of the students. These are only a few. Apart from these, there are many courses. If any student is interested in following, the institute would offer it. And what is the future direction for the students who would successfully complete the exam? They are qualified to pursue Master of Philosophy research degree, MPhil. And then recently we have introduced another degree program, Master of Arts in Buddhist Studies 2-year program. This is not a taught degree program, it is a research degree program. Its contents are, the students are required, if you undertake the 2-year master degree program, to follow 7 course units. These 7 course units are selected from the 1-year master degree program. And then you at the in the second year, the first year you are to fulfill this the first requirement, and in the second year you are to complete research, which contains 45,000, 6,000 words. And if you successfully complete this program, you will be qualified to pursue the doctoral degree program. And apart from these 2 major programs, I am to introduce another program in brief, that is the certificate course in Chinese for Buddhist studies. This is a 1-year program. This aimed at improving the skill in reading classical Chinese texts. In order to develop the students in this direction, we have designed 4 course units: basic Chinese, speaking and conversation, developing vocabulary in reading Chinese texts, and reading and comprehension of Buddhist Chinese texts. So you can observe one thing, that this course hosts a beautiful variety, a huge variety of selection, and this aims at developing several areas of skills which require for you to undergo or to pursue higher degrees like Master of Philosophy degree, MPhil and PhD. So I hope Vietnamese students are waiting for waiting for getting an opportunity to follow master degree programs. I think this is a very suitable and adequate program for you to consider to develop your future academic career. My presentation comes to end here. Thank you for all of you.
Venerable, thank you very much. That's Reverend Dr. Vadnagala Panyalakutero, Head Department of Buddhist Thought. And thank you for your elaboration. I'm addressing our venerable and honorable Vietnam students. And if you have problems or doubts, or if you need much more information, I mean clarification, you can put them forward to Venerable Thich Tan Han, that is the coordinator for Vietnam to this webinar. So you can actually post your questions to him, and through him we can solve them. At the end of the introduction, we have two more introductions. Now let me introduce one of the well-known courses which has earned popularity and recognition. That is the introduction of Diploma and MA in Buddhist Ayurvedic Counseling. And let me invite one of the expert resource persons in that field, Professor Vasantha Priyadasana from PGIPBS. Over to you, Professor.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Sharing.
Yes. Can you see my PowerPoint?
No, it just came and went off.
Huh? Okay.
Yes, we can see now.
PowerPoint?
Okay, again disappeared. Okay.
Please give me 1 minute.
Okay, we can see.
Please give me 1 minute.
We can see the first slide. Okay, yeah, you can start now.
Okay, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude for giving me this opportunity. Actually, when it comes to our program, Master of Arts in Buddhist Ayurvedic Counseling, actually, as far as all the counseling courses are concerned, so we know that every nook and corner of the world, there are considerable counseling courses. So we know that they can really bring about temporary and periodical solutions for human predicaments. But when it comes to our course, Buddhist Ayurvedic Counseling course, our course is really aimed at bringing about everlasting solutions to human predicaments. So when it comes to the term, why our course is named as Buddhist Ayurveda. So when it comes to the term Buddhist Ayurvedic Counseling, so we have here employed two terms, Buddhist and Ayurveda. According to the fundamental Buddhist psychological principles, human predicaments are really caused by not only with the psychological causes, there are considerable somatic or physical facts. So if we try to bring about an everlasting solution to the human predicaments, so the human being is considered as psychosomatic components, so we need to address to the both aspects of the client. So when we are trying to bring about everlasting solutions to the human predicament, so from the Buddhist psychological principles, we are really trying to address to the psychological aspects of the client. So when it comes to the Ayurvedic elements, so we are really trying to heal the causes which are caused by the physiological background. So that's why we have emphasized here Buddhist and Ayurveda. We are really trying to bring about an everlasting solution to the human predicaments touching both psychological and somatic aspects of the issue. So when it comes to modern counseling and psychotherapeutic causes, we really have recognized that even though they have touched considerable aspects of the issue, but still, according to our understanding, we see that it's important to bring about the everlasting solution to the issue. To bring about the everlasting solution, so our course really aims at both aspects of the issue. It's mean not only the psychological, but the somatic aspects. So to bring about the everlasting solution to the human predicaments, so Buddhist psychology has expressed its almost all psychological principles. So through the advice therapy, exhortation, so we try to listen to the client and we try to understand the client issue and we try to recognize what the issue is, and in a descending and ascending order we try to visualize the issue, and finally we come to the comprehension of the issue. So with reference to these Buddhist psychological principles, we assist the client to come up with her or his own psychological issues from the painful experience into the external surface. We really recognize this as noble catharsis, noble vomiting, noble purgation. So after recognizing the every and each aspects of the issue, then we try to heal the issue through behavioral, emotional, and cognitive transformations. These almost all the transformation methods are really based on Buddhist threefold training. That's Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. So this is the whole entire content of the course. So our course is not only aimed at bringing about periodical and temporary solutions. The main focus of our course is to bringing about the everlasting solution touching each and every aspects of the issue. That's why we are really trying to focus the psychological and physiological aspects of the issue. To touch upon the physiological aspects of the issue, we are using Ayurveda. Here, I would like to emphasize very important fact. The fact is really the Buddhist Ayurveda. Here, Buddhist Ayurveda means all the Ayurvedic principles which are really derived from early Buddhist teachings as well as the Theravada Buddhist teachings. Being based on these Ayurvedic principles, we are trying to understand the physiological aspects of the issue. So when it comes to the Buddhist psychological components, really all the psychological components which are based on early Buddhism as well as the Buddhist Abhidhamma or a Buddhist metaphysics, we really try to touch the psychological aspects of the issue. So there are more details in our brochure. When you go through our brochure, so you can read it. So when it comes to our master degree in English medium, each and every students, those who are really having a recognized a degree from a recognized university, so you can apply for our course, as well as we concern other qualifications too. So if you are interested in our course, you can request us. So these are the eligibility for our admissions. So when it comes to the our available course units. There are 6 papers here. In addition to the extended essay, Psychoanalysis of Buddhism. Within this Psychoanalysis of Buddhism paper, we really try to understand how Buddhism looks at analyzing of the mind, and Buddhist personality analysis, getting more details from early Buddhism and Buddhist metaphysics. We try to analyze how Buddhism looks at the analysis of the personality when it comes to the Buddhist psychotherapy. In this paper, we really aimed at teaching of psychological as well as the therapeutic elements which are really derived from early Buddhist teachings. And very interesting paper is Buddhist sources for counseling as well as study of Buddhist Ayurvedic sources. We can really see that how our previous students, they were so interested in these papers. And we come to Buddhist meditation too. It means we not only the early Buddhist analysis of meditation, but in this paper we try to cover up how modern meditation and mindfulness techniques are available in the world, MBSR, MBCT, like that. So we are trying to explain all the things. These are the methods of evaluation, vocal test, practical components, year-end written examination, as well as we give a kind of comprehensive knowledge for the students to how to come up with their extended essay with required research methodology and relevant requirements. These are the grading system. So not only the theoretical parts in our course, more than 250 hours, we are giving a comprehensive practical components for the student, how really you can bring about the theory into the practice with Charna, not only the theory, but how to come up with the practical components, how really you can bring this Buddhist psychotherapy to the world, to deal with the human predicaments. Especially Buddhism look at dealing the issue which are related to the deathbed counseling, terminally ill patients, cancer patients, and suicidal attempts. How really we can bring about this Buddhist Ayurvedic counseling principles to resolve the modern human issues. So with reference to these corona pandemic issues, I think our students successfully have really given their contribution from Buddhist teachings, how from the Buddhist teachings we can support for them to manage these issues and so on. So if the students are well interested in this course, we are all ready to bring about a kind of spiritual journey. So we invite you to start your internal journey to understand these kinds of Buddhist psychological principles, how really you can bring about this Buddhist psychological and therapeutic principles to resolve the modern burning issues and so on. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor Vasanta Vidasana, for elaborating and exposing the course with very colorful slides and even with a comprehensive overview. Thank you very much. It's really enlightening. And now we are coming to the last introduction. So let me now respectfully invite one of the expert eminent scholars at our university, that's Venerable Professor Merisathe Vimalanyana Thero, Head Department of Buddhist Culture. So Venerable Professor, please introduce MPhil and PhD programs conducted by our university. Venerable Sir. Yeah, we can see your slides, Venerable, clearly. Okay, Venerable, we can't hear you.
Thank you very much.
Venerable Professor.
Most Venerable Director, Most Venerable Tichnattu, Excellencies, my friends of PGIPBS, and also the members of the audience. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to introduce higher degrees by research conducted by the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies. Yes, my summary is here. You can see it. Doing a higher degree, you become a scholar, a researcher. You yourself can produce knowledge. This is how we understand it, because you know research methods to produce a body of knowledge systematically in such a way that the academic world can accept it or to consider it. As we don't have much time to explain all the things, I would like you to go to our website. If you go to our website, PGIPBS, or you can Google Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, and there is a tab called Academic Programs. You can easily find it, and there you can find higher degrees by research. This is not difficult. So this is the path: PGIPBS or Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, then academic programs, the tab, and there under that you can find higher degrees by research. Higher degrees by research means you write a research thesis with the assistance of a qualified supervisor or supervisors. Now, Venerable Dr. Panyaloka, if you can remember, Venerable Dr. Panyaloka a little while ago explained about another kind of research, which is 2-year MA. But here in 2-year MA, we have one component which is a course study, 1-year course study. But in this case, we don't have that kind of part. What we mean here is completely writing a thesis. And this is to be done with the assistance of a supervisor. Supervisor is appointed by the institute, and there could be one supervisor, probably 2 supervisors, and hardly 3 supervisors. There are rare cases that we have appointed 3 supervisors, but most of the time 1 supervisor, rarely 2 supervisors. So as I said there are 2 higher degrees by research. 2-year MPhil. We have omitted 2-year MA from the list. So we have 2-year MPhil Master of Philosophy course. For that you have to write words between 50,000 and 75,000. So that is the number of words. And for the Doctor of Philosophy, that is for 3 years, and you have to write words between 80,000 and 100,000. So this year actually, now I should say that this is the normally generally the time that you are given, but still you are possible to extend it on acceptable reasons. Now I would like to show you some answers for some previous constantly frequently asked questions. So question is not here, of course. I have given only the answer. So now we are the only postgraduate institute for Pali and Buddhist studies, and this is attached to the University of Kelaniya, as Venerable Most Venerable Director explained. So you are selecting, if you come here or if you register here, you are selecting one of the leading institutions. There is no any other postgraduate institution in the country for Pali and Buddhist studies. So the system is established. This is very important because we are doing research degrees for many years. So there is no delay. So, and also the system is very clear. So everything is well set in the institution. And the certificate therefore is very well valued, and our certificates are considered throughout the world. And there are some students, of course, come to Sri Lanka to do their MPhil here, and sometimes they go abroad, and there is no any difficulty or problem because our certificates are valid throughout the world. The degree is named Master of Philosophy in Buddhist Studies. So if you are doing a Master of Philosophy, it is called Master of Philosophy in Buddhist Studies. If you're doing a doctorate, PhD, it is called Doctor of Philosophy in Buddhist Studies. However, you can do your research in relation to any related subjects. Now, even though it is called Buddhist studies is a bigger word. So within that, you have so many areas to select. What are they? You can write a thesis on Pali, you can write a thesis on Sanskrit, Buddhist culture, Buddhist text, Buddhist history, Buddhist education, art and archaeology, Buddhist psychology, Mahayana Buddhism if you want, as you are coming from Mahayana countries. And if you want, Vietnamese Buddhist practices can be taken as an area of research. Study area, and traditional and comparative studies like science and Buddhism. There are students as such, sometimes the psychology and Buddhism, modern science and Buddhism, so and so forth, and technology and Buddhism. So there are so many areas you can select. And then you can register throughout the year. For other courses, there is a deadline for you to study. At the beginning of the year, you have to register. But for these courses, you don't need to worry about registration. You can be registered yourself throughout the year. What you need first is a good research topic to consider. So if you are, for example, whether you are in Sri Lanka or if you are applying from your country, what we need first of all is a good research topic. As a research degree is a new finding or an introduction to the educated world. You need to think, can I do some contribution? If you just have an idea but you don't have to make it a research topic, contact. Now what I mean here is that, of course, now you have to consider what I can do. For example, there are so many research, there are so many books done by the previous scholars. So in that case, you have to think, okay, so many books are written, so what can I do? Is there something that I contribute? Is there something that I can select to write the thesis? So that kind of question should be there. Okay, and then you can produce a research, you can send us a research topic. But there are cases, there could be a case that you don't know the research topic and you know the research topic very well, or you don't know the research topic very well. Okay, if you just have an idea, you don't know to make it a research topic. Okay, you don't have any idea to shape it as a research topic, then you can contact either director or senior assistant registrar of the institute or any lecturer, and everyone will help you to go through the process. So they all are here to help you, don't worry. If the research is clear, then also contact the same people. So there are some students, more cleverer people who actually know something about research, and they themselves can produce a good, they themselves can tell us this is my research topic, and it sometimes suits to a research degree. So in that case, you don't know the process, you don't know how to register in the program, and then you can contact these people themselves. Don't worry, we are there to help you. And then there are separate workshops annually conducted to teach you how to do research and improve your English for academic purposes. This was explained by Oliver previously. If you want to do your research staying in home country, you can do it that way. What we need is a 6 monthly progress report through a supervisor. There are students, of course, who register here and then they go to their own countries. Now I have I have 3 students, of course, who are doing their research that way. They registered here, they came here, they registered here, then they went to their countries because they have facilities there to do the research, and they are not coming here. But what they are doing is they show their progress, and formally they are sending 6 monthly progress review report to us, which is accepted by the institute. And the most important thing, one of the most important thing is that if your progress is high, there are, students with good caliber, right? That kind of students. If your progress is high, MPhil can be promoted to PhD. So MPhils, normally if you register in an MPhil, there is also an opportunity for you to promote it to a PhD if your caliber is good, if your progress is higher. This is called upgrading. We call it upgrading here in the institute. You have to do a presentation. For this, you have to do a presentation, a separate presentation. Process is very simple. This is the process. Approval of the topic. This you have to get done from, with the lecturer or even director. and then approval of the research proposal. After the approval of the topic, you have to produce a research proposal. You have to send us a research proposal through your supervisor. And then there is something called first presentation, and this is for the research proposal. You have to present your research proposal openly. And if you were registered for MPhil and showing your progress in your research, you want to upgrade your research from MPhil to PhD, then there is one presentation. So this may or may not be. There are students who register themselves in MPhil and finish the research as an MPhil student, and your degree is MPhil in that case. There are students who register in MPhil and they want to promote it to PhD. So in that case, if you want to upgrade it, there is a separate presentation for upgrade. And there is another presentation towards the end of your research, that is called second or last presentation to show your research findings, okay, to show your research findings. And then making corrections by the research unit. There is in the institute, there is a very a separate section for research unit, and the research unit is helping to you to do a lot of corrections in your research, especially the technical correction, not the content of the thesis, but the technical things. And after having done that, you can do your submission of the thesis for corrections. And after the examination, there is a viva voce examination, and this is an interview. And then after passing the viva voce exam, then you can do the final submission of the thesis, which is 3 copies, and then awarding the degree. I hope you are interested in our study programs. I hope the presentation was very clear. If you have any questions, you can ask, you can post this question on us in the session to come. Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Venerable Professor Virisakti Tero, Head Department Buddhist Culture, for your systematic and well-organized introduction of MPhil and PhD programs through a very clearly set designed slides. Thanks, Venerable. Well, now at the final item in the agenda of the webinar, I think we have come to the discussion or answer session. So if our venerable and honorable students have any problems or if they need further clarifications, they have the time to do so. They can actually ask them through Venerable Titan An, the coordinator, Vietnamese coordinator for webinar today, or you can put that in the chat box. Okay, it's time for you. So the webinar is open for you. So Venerable Titan An, you can coordinate. Venerable, we can't hear your voice.
Good evening, most honorable sir, professor and lecturer and doctor and participants. Now here I just received 2 questions, but they already sent on the chat box from the student link. But I don't know the 18 men can receive or not. But here there are one question from the Australia. He wants to ask like that. Good morning, Professor sir and Doctor. I would like to apply for 1 year's program for Master of Arts in Buddhist Study. Could I follow this completely online even when the COVID ends? Also, are the degree award for online and offline graduate the same or different? Thank you. That is the question from the Australia from Rosa.
Yeah. I think Our Venerable
Okay,
Director can.
Reverend, just now I unmuted my loudspeaker. I didn't hear your question. Can you say it again? Can you tell the students to send the messages, not the message, no? That,
Venerable Tiktana,
Venerable
you can
Sir,
put the question.
they sent already on text box, but I don't know they can receive. Our can receive in your other IT
no,
net.
no, you have to say their question in public, then we can take it one by one.
Venerable, you can repeat the question.
Yeah, I have one question from the one monk.
Okay.
The question is, I would like to apply for a 1 year's program for Master of Arts in the Buddhist study. Could I follow it completely online even when the COVID ends? Also,
The answer, yes,
are the
answer
degree,
is, okay, continue.
also, are the degree awarded for online and offline graduates the same or different? Thank you.
No, certificates are same, no different. We don't highlight any different of the certificate. But we encourage students to come to Sri Lanka and study. But we cannot predict in early whether all can come or not. So this year we also doing our classes in online as well as classroom lecturing. So if the country and the world is free from COVID-19, we highly expect students to come and learn with us. But it doesn't mean that we neglect online system. We continue online system too. So answer is yes, they can follow online as well as classroom.
Venerable Sir, the second question is, in terms of Doctor of Philosophy in Buddhist study, are PhD candidates required to have one or two academic articles published apart from the submission of the thesis?
Ralviharo answer එකක් දෙනවද? Can you answer that? It's not compulsory. Maybe Ralviharo can do it. Yeah. Question is whether it is compulsory to publish 1 or 2 articles before graduated PhD in our institute.
No, okay, I will answer because I was explaining research degrees, including PhD. So here, so far we have not accepted that. So far we have not practicing that.
But in future, we actually want to do that because and also publish in the website. But I don't know which year we start. Then we also get the benefit, Reverend, because when they put reference, we get the citation marks for our academic career. The student write article and publish in the website. It is very important for lecturers also. So we have to encourage, but at the moment, until now, we don't have that system. Not compulsory. Yeah. Article publishing is not compulsory. Yes.
The third question is for the Dr. Ashoka. Can they apply the diploma in Pali?
Thank you very much, Venerable Sir. The possibility is there. If we are maybe be able to get sufficient number of students in this program, we are going to offer it in the coming academic year. I mean, the diploma in Pali. The possibility is open. So don't they need to do any Pali courses in their countries before they apply for this or not? Basic Pali knowledge is needed or not? Now, to apply for this postgraduate diploma in Pali, the applicants are required to have gained some sort of knowledge in the Pali language. Otherwise, they can apply for this certificate course in Pali for postgraduate Buddhist studies. After completing it, they can directly apply for this postgraduate diploma in Pali Bande. I mean, if the applicant doesn't have a prior knowledge in Pali, they can directly register for this certificate Pali for Buddhist studies for certificate course in Pali for postgraduate Buddhist studies, and then after completing it, they can register for this diploma, postgraduate diploma. Yes, ma'am.
Basically, they have any degree equal to Bachelor of Arts before they enter into our any course. Even the postgraduate certificate courses, they should have first degree or degree equal to first degree. Then if they have no basic Pali knowledge, they can start with the certificate, postgraduate certificate course in Pali. Then next year go to the diploma, like that. If they have basic knowledge, directly can join to diploma in Pali. Okay, next question.
Next question, they want to add, if they don't stay at Sri Lanka, how can they pay the coffee from outside our country?
How can
pay the cost fee? They can pay directly account to account, or they ask somebody in Sri Lanka have done.
Maybe they can convert the dollars to our institute account number. We have mentioned how many dollars. If they are back, sent to our bank. Our bank to Sri Lanka. Yes, the dollars. But your money maybe cannot convert. I'm not sure. First, you have to convert your money to dollars, and dollars should come to our account. It's a very simple way. But don't forget to pay the transfer money. Transfer money may be very little. We send them after registration. We send them our bank details.
And the question is, the application form they can download from our website. After that, fill out and send our institute email. Am I correct?
Yeah. Reverend, let me answer that. This year, we hope to introduce uploading system. Application uploading system. I think very soon we can send that link to you. You can share with them. If they face any difficulty to upload, then they have an optional chance to email us. That email address is mentioned in our website and also that that webinar advertisement and also in the newsletter. It's very simple. application.pgippbs@gmail.com. Very simple. But we want them to upload the application to our website. So wait, we very soon introduce that system. And you link. That don't forget to upload copy of the first degree certificate along with the application. So that is the must decide. They have enough qualification to register for whatever courses. If they apply for MA, we want their first degree. If they apply for MA diploma and postgraduate certificate courses, we want to see their first degree certificate copy. They have to apply. If they apply for 2-year or not 2-year, I think MPhil PhD, you want to see the master degree certificate copy. They have to upload that. If they want to come Sri Lanka later, we need their police report. You know that, no? Other special certificate we are expecting. Passport copy, police report. That is the next step. We will inform them through the email. And another thing, Reverend, they should continuously look their emails. Sometimes we send email, they don't watch it, they don't read it. Continuously, they have to read their emails from our PGIPBS. Okay, next question.
The next question is for the Professor Mr. Vimalanyana. The question is, can I finish the 2 year for MPhil only one topic, and can I continue another topic to PhD degree
simultaneously? To continue 2 topics simultaneously?
No, that means he wants to ask you. He wants to finish MA degree in the one topic. So after that, he wants to continue PhD degree in another topic. Can he?
Okay.
Yeah, that is what we expect. That is what we expect. You have to do one topic for your MA, and then you have to register for even PhD. If you do MA, of course, after that you can register in PhD also. But if you are interested in MPhil, yes, you can do. But the topic should be 2 separate topics.
And, at the same time, you have to tell the students that our procedure is a little take time. First, we obtain the application, then we have to get approval from the our academic board. So maybe 1 month or one and a half month we have to wait. Again, our faculty board. So at least 2 or 3 months they have to wait. Some students are hurried to get the registration request letter very soon after giving the application. So university procedure take at least 2-3 months to send you that you have been selected for that particular courses. So they have to be patient, not like in small academy. This is, we have procedure. So you have to explain to students, wait for that. But now we have decided as soon as we got the application to reply you, we have received the application. Then you have to wait maybe 2 months, 3 months for the registration letter. Then only you can pay the money. Until that, you don't want to pay money.
No, that's the answer. I just received 7 questions, Venerable sir.
No more questions.
No more questions.
Okay, very good. So we have explained very well. That is the reason no more questions. If they have questions, please consult our Tichtan An for our institute. There are many ways to communicate with us. So don't be hesitate to contact us. Anyways, WhatsApp, Messenger, whatever. So I would like to talk to the His Excellency Mr. Prasanna Gamage Ambassador. So I have seen in your website there is a report about the previous webinar from our 3 universities in Sri Lanka, including the picture of Venerable Tishnat too. So we would like to request you if you can display any of our report or our anything in your website. Maybe it is easy for the Vietnamese students to read more and more through your Sri Lankan embassy website. website. May I know your idea regarding this? If you need any help from us, we can do it.
Thank you very much, Most Honorable Sir. And we will. I have just started writing a small write-up of this webinar, and I'm putting it on our website tomorrow, and also a Facebook page. And we will do a small Twitter message also, and I will put the web address, URL of the institute, and so that the student can visit the website of the institute, and they can get more information. And also we'll put a line for the prospective students to contact us or the institute for further information. Is that okay? Or?
Yes, that is the good answer. Yes, that is the answer we want. So you can see our website too if you need more details.
Yes. And may I add one point? Yes. That's a very good idea to upload or whatever. I don't know the technical terms, to have all the application forms online in as soft copies, so that students can submit application forms online. Because we got many questions like that during this COVID period, people can't travel, postal services are not working, so they were asking us to provide sort of a link in the internet, and then they can submit. At least I think we have technology and can easily done.
Viduranga, can you say our webmaster Viduranga? Can you say exact dates and necessary details in Sinhala, no matter if English is no better, to how to do that and when we can get that?
Yes, we are finalizing our online application submission system. It will take another 2-3 days to finalize it, and we can share the link.
Share to everybody, yes. Share to everybody, including Ambassador Vietnam, yes.
That's very good. And when it is ready, please email link to us, and we can put it in our website.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So another question to our most venerable Dr. Natu.
Yeah, can I have a few questions?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
I heard in your speech you mentioned our MOU between PGIPBS and your university. We have to restart whenever we stop it. So how can we do it, and what is the thing we need to do from our side? We are always ready to do that, because it's a great honor for our institute. We have so many affiliations with the international institutes and universities. So whenever I like to request you to restart that.
Yeah. Respected most venerable Dhammajothi, Director of PG Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies. And very much thank you for this webinar, and all the professors, lecturers of your institute have given very detailed and systematic introduction of all the courses, including Buddhist sources, Buddhist thought, Buddhist culture, Buddhist studies, as well as research methodology and Buddhist Ayurvedic counseling. So first of all, I would like to request you to give us the slide which you have just shared with us, so that we can have the Vietnamese translations and publish in our website, so that Vietnamese students, monks, nuns, and the other lay people could have thoroughly understanding about the importance and value of study research at your institute. So please give us these slides so that we can but more students enrolled at your institute. Now is my questions. Question number one. you have introduced the PG diploma 1 year, and you also introduced 2 kinds of MA courses: 1 year MA with 8 courses, and a 2-year MA degree, maybe double courses. So in case if the students opted for the 1-year MA courses, after graduation, whether he or she can apply for PhD directly, or they have to go for MPhil degree in your institute. Second question, for those who opted for 2-year MA degree at your institute after completion, whether he or she have to go for MPhil, or he will be exempted to and upgraded to the PhD degree. So please let me know so that I can explain very detailed to my students. Question number 2, for the MOU, which I very much interested 2 years ago. I came to your campus with the help of Venerable Thích Thanh Án, and unfortunately we could not get it until now. So we also have received your emails several times, and maybe within a week time or 10 days, I will discuss with you in detail so that we can sign MOU virtually. And in the MOU, I would suggest there would be one scope of cooperation for the PhD degree courses. If students of Vietnam could not go to your country, after get enrollment, whether they can do research in Vietnam, and for 2 years completion, then he or she can go to present thesis. If possible, then more students can choose in this regard. Question number 3, for the MA courses, is it possible for teaching in Vietnamese to Vietnamese students in Vietnam? If that is possible, I would suggest that on the taught courses at your institute can be recorded, and then our team in Vietnam will get it translated verbally, so that the Vietnamese students can understand all the content of the talks, and they can give the examination according to your institute. So this will help Vietnamese can study in Vietnam itself, and those who are eligible for English medium, then they can go directly to your institute, maybe this year or next year. Now in my country, the lockdown is still very strict, and I think within 1 or 2 months, Vietnamese students cannot go anywhere due to the lockdown. So in that regard, whether the student can get the distance learning for MA and the PhD courses. So these are the 3 questions. So please help me to understand so that I can help my student get more instructed in your institute to get enrollment. Thank you for your attention.
Venerable Miriswat Handru can take over that question and answer for that.
Finally, can you? I'm sorry, I didn't hear your first question clearly for some or the other reason. Can you please repeat the second question? The first question kindly about the transference from one higher degree to another.
The first question is that you have been introduced about 2 kinds of MA courses: 1 year MA and 2 year MA degree in Buddhist studies. So I would like to know whether those who graduated from 1 year MA degree can get direct admission to PhD or not, or they have to sit for MPhil.
No,
No,
no, no.
yes, Bante. Yes, they can. If they passed 2-year MA, they directly can go to PhD. No need to go to MPhil.
I see.
No, Bante's question is, how about the 1 year MA?
Yes.
After 1 year,
1 year
Reverend,
MA.
well, sir, after 1 year, he
Okay,
has to first.
interfere. Whenever,
Reverend,
yeah.
let me finish. After 1 year master degree, they can register MPhil, Master of Philosophy. After 1 year of the registration, they can upgrade to the PhD. Then altogether 3 years. MPhil 1 year, PhD 2 years, altogether 3 years. After 2 year MA, they can directly register. That is the worldwide university system. After 1 year, they cannot directly register for the PhD. They have to first register in MPhil. So when the Vadnagala Hamduru, what you want to add that?
No, I think you explained that matter. It means if a student completes 1 year program, he is only qualified to apply for MPhil, Master of Philosophy. If someone completes 2-year program, so then he can directly go to the
Because 2 year MA is equal to MPhil. 2 year MA is only equal to MPhil, but 1 year is not equal to MPhil degree. So that is why he cannot register PhD directly. So the second question, teaching in Vietnam language.
Yes. If possible, can we apply your MA and PhD courses in Vietnamese so that we can help you in Vietnam? More students can enroll annually, apart from
Yes,
those who
we can do it. Yes. Whenever, sir, we can do it. Now we are doing similar thing in China, I mean Hong Kong. They collect the students, they pay for, they find the teachers in your country, but we should have a MOU. We have to observe your lecturer's qualifications, suitability of the teaching for the MA level. Language is no issue, but certificate, finally, we can issue certificate from PGIPBS. Now we are doing it in China and Hong Kong. So same thing we can consider, but very soon maybe we cannot do that. But still we have time. We are going to start next year, February. If you are highly interested in that, please request to the email. We can start the system. We can start the system. Then you have to do everything, teaching, first evaluation, the second evaluation we are doing. Moderating your question papers, our side. Second marking, our side. And certificate from our side. But we have to negotiate. How can we share the fees?
How about the tuition fee? The student fee are applicable the same as enrolled in your institute campus or differently?
Sorry, I couldn't follow you.
I would like to know in case if the program teaching in Vietnamese in Vietnam is applicable, the student fee for those who enroll in Vietnam is the same as those who applied in your campus in Sri Lanka or different?
Not different, Reverend. Only not different. Different, yes, different. If they apply to our institute, they have to follow English medium. But now this is a very exceptional way we are going to do. We are practicing it with the Hong Kong and China at the moment. Finally, every year, those institutes send us some grant, some money according to the number of students. So you have to register, but for the registration, you have to send preparing the name list and their qualification to our faculty board. After approved, their names should be approved by our faculty board. then they are our student. Then you are teaching and doing everything, and finally their certificate also will be issued by our Kelaniya University. That is the benefit they get. That certificate is more important. Internationally, they have acceptable certificate issued by Kelaniya University. Now we are doing in Hong Kong. We have Chinese medium students. Students pay for the Hong Kong Institute. That as soon as they get the application, they send for approval of a faculty board. Then
could you tell me more about the courses applicable in Hong Kong and China, whether in Chinese medium or English medium, and the lecturers are local lecturers or from your institute?
No, we are not engaged in lecturing. But there are question papers. First marking they do, second marking we do, because we have 2 lecturers here can graduated in China. They have done their PhD in China. They can do that. Unfortunately, we have no Vietnamese lecturers, so our lecturers can't speak Vietnamese. That is the problem. We can find solution, Reverend. We can find solution, because I don't like to stop anything because of the rules and circulars and other things. We can choose our students who have PhD from Vietnam, and we give them appointment without payment. You have to pay them, but they can support from our side.
Thank you.
They can support. Oh, payment we can discuss whether how much you give and whether how much we can. If you are really interested that way, we can allocate food to lecturers to our institute from Vietnam who has PhD. Then we can continue the system. So I think we can do, but I don't know how soon we can do it. Whether this year can, all these things come at the end of the year. Moderating, marking, second marking come not soon, Reverend. At the end of the year, so we have enough time to recruit these 2 persons to our institute. Maybe they can stay in Vietnam too. They can live in Vietnam. When we got the application, first we can send them. They moderate on behalf of our institute. I think it is possible if you are really interested in that. So after webinar, we can talk how to do that. We have to get the approval from our faculty board and send our council. Then we can continue.
Thank you.
Yes.
The next question is, what will be the next academic session for this year? In which month the academic session will be started in your institute? I suppose to have offering at least 20 scholarships for monks and nuns for Vietnam to proceed their higher study at your institute. So I would like to know exact month and particular day at the last day for episode, so that we can give the notice to them to apply for. Thank you.
Yeah, Reverend, normally every year 30th of December is the closing date for application. Normally first of the November we start. So 2 months period they can apply. But this year we extend 1 month more until the 30th of January. But we encourage them to apply before the 30th of December. That extra period is the 1 month up to the 30th of January next year. So another other thing is our lectures we plan to start February, middle of February. Exact date is not yet decided, but the application exact date is 30th of December. We give another extra time, 1 month. We accept. Even after that, we are very generous. We apply, we accept delay applications. Little time, 1 or 2, not more. Because every year we get 500, 600 applications. So we want to sort out, we want to get the faculty board approval. So big things we need to do earlier before we start the classes. So we expect 30th of December is the closing date, but even after 1 month, we accept. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Regarding the quota for the foreign students, I don't know whether the 20 Vietnamese students can be applied for this year or any special quota for them or not, in terms of the accommodation is concerned. Normally, Vietnamese students could not get hostel accommodation in Colombo.
We have appointment whenever it come now to facilitate the students coming Sri Lanka from Vietnam. We have no reverend hostels. We have no hostels. Most of them are living outside houses. That is a big problem for us. We have applied to government, but now the look like land is allocated, but not yet given to us in Kelaniya area. So even for us have no fixed office, we are in the rented office. Maybe next year we can go permanent office in Kelaniya area. Still we are paying 1 month 1 million to that building, Kohuala. So accommodation is a big problem for our foreign students, but they are living outside very freely and happy. The it's not too Tanan know it. He promised he will look after all hostel facilities. That is a big problem. Yes.
Whenever
so yes.
So whenever
whenever that you have to encourage your student not to learn postgraduate level, not to learn in your country, in your language. Actually, if they want to go international level, they should go out of the country and start to learn in English. So we have good English teacher like Oliver Henry Tanner. Very carefully we may prepare that course. They are working hard. I think they can pass. They can pass. That is the unique of our institute. They can pass if they can read and write essays. That is the required level we want. So learning in your language is only for your country. When you have studied in India, no, because you can manage your English. So let them to follow you. Let them to follow you. Learn English undergraduate level. Then let them to come to Sri Lanka.
Because
that is the best
for
way.
the native people, they have
Yes.
to busy. They are very busy with their business, so that they cannot go. And what I'm asking only for the lay people, and for the monastic members, for the last 3 decades, we have at least 450 pursued their high study in India in 1991, and now they have still 200 monks and nuns following their study over there. And just recently, for the last 10 years, we have more monks and nuns go to Sri Lanka. So for this academic year, I would like to sponsor 20 scholarships for MA and PhD studies at your institute. So I will announce to them, and I hope that before January, then application will be sent to your institute.
Yeah,
in
very
time.
good, Bante. Reverend, that PhD student graduated from Sri Lanka, like Tichnan, you can implement them as a lecturer of your universities to teach them English medium, little bit undergraduate level. Then they pass the BA, they know some English, no? Some English. If necessary, we can send our lecturers to your university for a 3 months period or 6 months to support that teaching English. I don't know your inside situation. I guarantee that we can start your language postgraduate system like Hong Kong and China. Hong Kong and China.
So I would request you kindly to modify the draft MOU so that we can restart it for the long-term cooperation between you and our.
Yeah, very soon I will send you a very brief MOU we signed with Hong Kong and China to learn teach Chinese language. Then we can sign and we can start teaching in your language similar to China. Then I don't know which question restriction I can face, but very soon I discuss with my staff members and get their opinion and find how to do with. If it is okay, maybe this year, within this year we can do it. We have 3 months period. But let me discuss with others. I don't know their ideas and views. My question is, if we do in China, Hong Kong, why can't we do with Vietnam? Problem is 2 lecturers can teach in Chinese, but this time we have no Vietnam lecturers in our institute. We can find solution. There are so many solutions. We can implement one of them. Okay. So any question from any?
Find out your selection from your speaking in Vietnamese, that we can have another way that we need an interpreter from English into Vietnamese. So for this regard, we can help you out easily. Or you can do a recording of the lectures, then upload into Google Drive, and we will download and do the Vietnamese translations. We can help you out very easy.
Yeah, Reverend, that is not my thing. I guess that will not be workable.
Yes.
That will not be workable. The best way is we choose 2 lecturers from your country who have PhDs. Recruit to our institute. Then let them to moderate the papers, and finally second mark be the second mark of the question paper. That is the thing. Only 2 things they have to do. Only 2 things they have to do. One is moderate the question papers, and second is mark the second mark as second marker. So we can think and plan and try to do. I will very soon email to you through Tanna after discussing with staff member. Okay.
Thank you.
In Chinese, maybe you know, Boba is bumpa. Boba just a bumpa. Bumpa just a boba. Any question from any Venerable Tang, is there any student question?
Yes, one question from the MA Pali MA student, Venerable Sir.
What is the question?
Yeah, the question from her is I am the following Master of Art in Pali study in our institute by online program. But during writing thesis, sometimes I need help from the supervisor. So how can I contact to the supervisor? Last question.
But can you repeat the question? If I were to answer the question, can you repeat the last part of the question?
Yes, her meaning now, she MA student in Pali in our institute. So the doing a thesis, but there are some problem with her. She want to know how to contact with the supervisor to ask help.
So that means they are doing 1 year MA Pali, so they want to know how the extended essay to get maybe guidance from the supervisors. So I think directly they can, since I think I'm the one who supervised them, therefore they can directly contact me in the at my email or through my contact number. So all the details are given and then they are available with our assistant registrar. So I think from the institute, then they can directly contact me. Actually, I have replied to some other students also. If they contact me, so I can write them. It's easy. Just ask them to contact me either through email or my mobile number. Yeah, my phone number. Yeah.
Reverend, I ask you to do one important thing and tell your students, that is, after knowing the supervisor, continuously disturb the supervisor. Don't hide in the rooms. It is your student duty. Continuously disturb, ask question, then. A student's responsibility, that is. Not only emailing one time. That is the way, yes. Maybe sometimes supervisors get angry, no response. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. You have to continuously disturb them. That is your job. So I think now we are about to over our 3-hour period. Maybe indications are coming. So if we have no any other questions, if any other questions, please ask. Then we can over this webinar. Even after this webinar, students are free to ask questions to our PGIPBS email and ask question from the Tannan, then he communicate with us. Any email, our lecturers or our head of the departments, coordinators, even from me, you can email and ask a question. Whenever except email, what is the other communication way popular in your country? WhatsApp, Viber, or I don't know. Then you have to prepare a group. Very easy. Go to email and send you sometimes big trouble. WhatsApp very fast. Maybe WeChat. Maybe other way, I don't know. You discuss with the student and prepare a group. Then even in the vehicle or the way, we can reply very soon. We can reply very soon. And include our lecturers too. Then you have a question from Dr. Ashoka or Ms. Swati Hamduru, you can send SMS and ask like that. Yes. Even our non-academic, maybe registrar, maybe AR or Versa, if you can ask question from the how to pay, send to SMS to Versa, SAB, like that.
It's actually Tan Ang. You can send them my email. I think you have got my email address and the contact number. Please forward them to them. and then suggest them to contact me directly. Then I will discuss these matters with those monks and nuns. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
thanks well ඉවර කරන්න.
Okay. Okay, we are now coming to the conclusion of the program. Okay, so I think this has been a very fruitful, meaningful, productive webinar, well directed by Venerable Professor Nadak Dhammajothi Thero, the director of our institute, and supported by all the academic and non-academic heads and staff, and coordinated from our side by Venerable Sivimala Thero, and also coordinated by for Vietnam students by Venerable Thich Tan Han, and very reverentially attended by Venerable Dr. Thich Tan Thu, and with the gracious participation of Vietnam Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Her Excellency Madam Ho Thi Tan Truc, and Your Excellency Sir Prasanna Gamage, Sri Lanka Ambassador in Vietnam, and also with very elaborative and elaborations instruction by all our academic members. So, but resorting to the logistics of the webinar, I would like to invite Professor Desapte Masena, Head Department of Buddhist Sources, PGIPBS, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir, the opportunity is for you.
Thank you for inviting me to give the vote of thanks. First of all, let me thank Senior Professor Venerable Madhavachya Dhammajothi Thero, Director of PGIPBS, for giving the welcome address with a brief introduction. Thank you, Venerable Director, for organizing and guiding this webinar. I would like to offer our reverential thankfulness to Venerable Dr. T. Nath Thu, the Deputy Chair of National Department of International Buddhist Affairs, National Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, for his valuable address. Thank you, Venerable Sir, for dedicating your valuable time for us. I should thank with honor Vietnam Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Your Excellency Madam Ho Thi Tan Truc, for addressing. Thank you, Madam, for dedicating your time for us. I should also thank with honor our Sri Lanka Ambassador in Vietnam, Your Excellency Sir Prasanna Gamage, for his greeting and addressing. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Now, I would like to thank our academic members for introducing the study programs. Dr. Asoka Valitotta, Senior Lecturer, for introducing certificate, diploma and MA courses in Pali studies. Mr. Oliver Henry Tranner, Visiting Lecturer from UK, for introducing certificate course in English for Buddhist studies. Venerable Professor Ralue Padmasiri Thero, for introducing diploma in Buddhist studies.
Venerable Dr. Vadinagala Panyaloka Thero, Head of the Department of Buddhist Thought, for introducing MA in Buddhist Studies. Professor Vasanta Pedasana for the introduction of Diploma and MA in Buddhist Ayurvedic Counseling. Venerable Professor Miriswata Vimalanyana Thero, Head of the Department of Buddhist Culture, for the introduction of MPhil and PhD programs. Venerable Vilegoda Sirivimala Thero for coordinating for PGIPBS. Venerable Thich Thanh An for coordinating for Vietnam students. Dr. Ratnasiri Ratnaik for comparing the session. We should thank all the academics and non-academic heads and staff of PGIPBS for their help. Thank you.